Okay, in this video we are going to look at importing a few different file types. I'm going to start with the DWG. I'll go to the skip and then go to the 3DM, and we'll look and see how to bring these different furniture types into Revit. So I would recommend, I typically use a DWG file. This one I started with, that I'm going to import, I started with from Rhino, and I put the different materials on different layers, and which is necessary if you want to assign them separately in Revit. And then I just picked it and I went to File, Export Selected, and I picked the DWG from the pull down. And in the options here, I picked the 2007 solids. So there's a pull down, go ahead and pick that and click OK. And then give it a name and save it out, and you'll get your DWG. Okay. And then let me go ahead and minimize that. Then in Revit, what you'll do is go to File and New, Family, and go to your English Imperial and open up the Revit Furniture template. So go ahead and click Open on that, and go to your Insert tab and Import CAD. And it's set to DWG, so I'll just pick this and click it in. And if I go to my 3D view, I kind of have this guy, right? And so the material assignments, you can't put parameters on them, but if you go to your object styles, so if you go to Manage and Object Styles, you go to Imported Objects, you'll get the names of the of the layers, and you can assign materials to them. So that should follow into the project. And then the next thing you want to do is go ahead and save it. So I'll go ahead and File, Save, and I'll name this Table Imported DWG, and click Save. All right, and then I'm just going to load that into project, right, and it'll bring it in, and I can hit space to sort of rotate it around, and it will place it. If I go to my object styles here in the project, if I go to Manage and Object Styles, and I go to Imported Objects, you're going to see, right, the imports, and under Imports and Families, the legs, the plate, and the top. So if I pick all those and I click on them, and you could have done this in the family as well, change them to black and hit Apply, so now they're black. Another thing that you can do is, if you're not a fan of the little lines that are coming around, or you want it to be more simple, you can also come into your plan and your family and go to your reference level, and if you come in to the annotate, you should be able to come into your masking region, and let's see if it'll let me pick these lines. If it's a spline from Rhino, it won't let you pick it. You'll see it lets you pick the regular lines, but I'll just do a really quick spline around this guy. You could be more exact. Again, I'm not sure why it has problems picking Rhino splines, but it does. So I'm just going to do, again, I could be more accurate if I wanted to take my time. And then for some reason it won't close a spline on itself. Another weird thing about Revit. So you have to sort of come in and close it with a little arc or line. But once you get it closed, hit check. And then you can come in and pick this guy, and under visibility settings you can tell it not to show in plan, right? We did this in the previous video, but if I load this into project and overwrite the existing version, now it shows just that blank piece. Okay, so now you have a piece of furniture that you can go to your object styles and change the materials. So if we take a look at it in, see if it's showing up in here. Oh, it's in the back room. Let's move it into the front room. There it is right there. So let's go ahead and see if we can assign a material to it. So I'll go to my manage and my object styles. And if I go to imported objects and I go to this render material here, I'll go ahead and see if I can find about white and click OK and hit apply. So sometimes you have to sort of reset the view to get it to work. It can be a little fidgety going from Inkscape to Revit, but let's go ahead and do the top and see if we can get it to reset. So let's go ahead and put glass on that. Let's do clear gray. Go to graphics, use render appearance, click OK and click OK. And then I'm just going to go to my 3D view here, and you can see that it's actually doing it in Revit, but not yet in Inkscape. And sometimes you kind of have to sometimes reset the view, or even come in and refresh this guy. So go to a 3D view and then maybe go back to your 3D view one. Sometimes it just takes a bit of a jar to get it going. Sometimes even like closing it and reopening Inkscape will be necessary. So again, sometimes it's a little bit of a pain, but let's go ahead and see if this will redo it for us. So now you can see it's updated. Sometimes it just takes a little while to get it to update, but it does work. Okay, so that's a DWG. We'll talk about the 3DM in the next one.